Most business owners think that being confident on camera is something you either have or you don't. You're born with the charisma or you don't have it. But what if I told you that in the next 10 minutes, I can show you how using simple, affordable, or completely free AI tools can help you not only become more confident on camera as an entrepreneur, but can also help you be more engaging, tell way more compelling stories, and attract more leads and clients than you've ever had in your business before? Well, stick with me, because over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Welcome to the Camera Confident Podcast. We all have to start somewhere as business owners. And even for someone like myself, who was confident as a journalist on television, when I started my first business, I had to learn it all over again because the whole reporter persona didn't fly when I was trying to market my services. First as an interior designer, and now as a video and visibility coach for entrepreneurs who are looking to scale their businesses. Did you know that public speakers who use AI tools to practice their delivery actually improve their clarity and speaking by almost 40% compared to those who just practice on their own? I hear it all the time from business owners. I hate how my voice sounds. I hate how I look. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to make it sound interesting. Or I think I'm doing all the right things, but when I post, it's crickets. Or, I just don't have the time for this whole video creation thing and to practice and develop and do what it takes to really become confident on camera. So the first myth that I want to bust here is that it's going to take you a lot of time. It is going to take practice, I'm not going to lie, but it doesn't have to take forever and you can improve very quickly. In fact, with what I'm going to show you in this episode, you can start improving as of today. If you do the things that I'm going to show you how to do, you will improve. So make sure you watch until the end because the last one is a total game changer. So let's get into it right away. The first tool that I want you to get really good at using is ChatGPT's voice tool. Now, you may already be using ChatGPT for your content to give you ideas, to help you break through writer's block when you want to post. But have you ever thought of using AI and ChatGPT specifically to interview you like you're speaking to your ideal client? Did you know that you can use the voice app on ChatGPT? You can do it on your phone even, and put it down and have it actually interview you and ask you questions. Then you set up your camera or your laptop, whether you're using Zoom or another program to record yourself on video, and you just answer the questions like you would be talking to a client. This is a great way to practice. I'm going to give you some prompts. If you look below in the description, there are a few examples of things that you can input into ChatGPT or say to ChatGPT voice how you want it to behave when it is interviewing you. So you could have it pretend to be an ideal client. You could have it pretend to be a news program that you're being interviewed on, a podcast, a stage, anything you want. You can train or tell your ChatGPT to take on that persona of that interviewer, and then you record your responses. You're having a conversation with ChatGPT, and if you record it, you can get a lot of really great excerpts of you talking about your business, about you giving your unique value proposition, you explaining how you can help people. And if you feed it the prompts that I have below, and if you're driving, then obviously you'll have to save this for later and grab those prompts later. But if you give it these specific prompts, you are going to be able to get a lot of great content. And then you can use one of the editing apps that I'll tell you about a little bit later to excerpt a bunch of shorter clips so that you can use that on all different platforms. The key here, go and watch yourself back on video because that's the best way to figure out. Let's say you gesture a lot and it's really distracting. Nobody's going to tell you that if you don't actually put yourself out there. But if you want to get this right on your own time, watch yourself back after you record it before you do anything with it. And then if you don't like what you see, you can go back again and redo it and have ChatGPT continue to interview you. Schedule this in a longer session because the first few answers, you're going to be super awkward. You're probably not going to sound as natural as you would once you get going. So do this for like 30 minutes. You will loosen up over time. And this is great practice if you want to put yourself out there and be on a podcast or put yourself out there in a longer format video on YouTube. I promise you, this is one hack that you can practice at any time of day, anywhere, and ChatGPT will be there ready to do it with you. Now, if you don't have dedicated time blocks to do this, what if you did this for 3 minutes a day for 7 days? I guarantee you that by the end of the week, you will be so much more confident on camera because you'll have done it over and over. And if you watch yourself back, like I recommend, you will make little improvements as you go. So are you going to try it? I would love to know. And I want to know specifically, how did this work for you? And what did you find over time improved when you tried this method? One of the biggest reasons I see people freezing up on camera, especially business owners, is because they haven't taken the time to really formulate what they're going to say. And that doesn't mean you memorize a script and come on there and try to remember every little thing. But instead of using ChatGPT just for ideas, what if you had some very tailored prompts to generate overall scripts for you to use in your content? Now, the key is to input as much detail as possible. Instead of just give me a script for this business for, insert platform here, you really want to make sure that you are giving it specific prompts about your business. And that way, because you have an area of expertise as a business owner, if you start talking about that topic, you can not only just go on there and share your expertise, but you're preventing yourself from going off on a tangent if you have a little bit more structure in what you say. Here's a pro tip. You want ChatGPT to help you script the beginning. And how long that is going to depend on what kind of video you're doing. Are you doing something for Instagram where it's super short? Are you doing a YouTube video that's longer? This is going to determine how long that intro is. And YouTube specifically, you don't want to ramble on for longer than 30 seconds in that initial hook in the beginning, or you've already lost people. So once you've got that cemented and you know how you're going to end, you structure the middle very loosely so that you can talk off the cuff. You can be a little bit more confident because as you go, you're not trying to memorize specific words or you're not sort of making it up on the spot. You have a plan before you hit record that will help guide you, but also not make you totally stuck to a specific script. Which leads me to the next tip. Film in short bursts. If you try to nail it all in one take, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to do it again and again, and you're going to start to feel a little bit less confident. But what if you only had to really remember the ideas that you're going to deliver one sentence at a time, one chunk at a time? As you get better, you'll be able to go for longer periods. Even as I'm doing this podcast, I didn't do it all in one take. I did it in short bursts. You don't see that because I edit out the things where, it didn't go well, or maybe I went long, or maybe I stumbled and said it in a way that I didn't want to say it. And, I went back and re-recorded it. What you're hearing or watching is a polished version, but it doesn't have to be recorded that way. You can actually record in stages. Another quick tip before we move on to the game changer, which will really help you. If you really want to appear confident on camera, one of the biggest things you need to do is make eye contact with the viewer. That is not looking at yourself as you're recording, because that's the equivalent of looking at someone's chest when you're talking to them. A lot of people make this mistake in meetings. They make this mistake in other things where it's not necessarily even them recording content. It's just being on video in general. And it just makes you look less confident and less sure of yourself when you're looking down or your eye line is not with the camera. I'm filming this right now on my laptop and the camera is at my eye level. And what I've had to do is prop it up on a platform so that it raises that camera to my eye level. Make sure you're not looking down at the camera because that is going to have a very different feeling for your viewer. All right, this is the game changer. This is where you can actually use tools after you've filmed to make yourself look more confident on camera. Did you know that after you already recorded, you can use AI to help you look and sound way more confident than you were when you were recording? And that is by using special AI tools for video editing that will eliminate things like pauses, stumbles, all of that kind of stuff. And that in itself, without you doing anything else, will help you sound more confident. A lot of editing programs will do this as well. Brightening the background, fix your lighting, fix the color, all sorts of interesting ways to make your videos look and sound better. Okay, so those are just a few things that you can do to improve your confidence on camera right away. And if you're looking for more tips on how to be confident on camera, be sure to check out this video next.